stories at 6 with me, Akanksha Khajuria, and this evening we are keeping our focus on the sudden resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar and a Congress link that has now emerged. Next, once again, the business could not be conducted in the parliament today as well as the opposition leaders continued to stall the proceeding just like yesterday and the day before that with slogans and placards in their hand. And then on to the Air India repeated technical snags, 4 incidents and in 3 days that have come to the fore, and now Air India CEO has been summoned. In fact, just in some time, he will be appearing before the Ministry of Civil Aviation, a fake embassy that has been busted in Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. Man running the scam was, in fact, running it from a rented accommodation there. Then on to the Samajwadi Party meeting in fact, mosque that has sparked a massive controversy with BJP seeking apology. We'll tell you what it is all about. And finally, in fact, in UP, another conversion racket has been busted by the police. These are all the 6 stories that we are tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. Well, soon after the sudden resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar, there are multiple claims that have come to the fore over a possible link between him and the Congress party. It all started with a mysterious call between Dhankar and the Congress party, and there have been a flurry of meetings between him and the opposition leaders is what we are learning in the last 2 months. Now, all this happened when he was serving as the vice president of the country, and now with his resignation, several questions are being raised on the relationship between the executive and the parliament. All right, so let us now tell you why the claims are coming for why Dhankar is opposition magnet. First up, there was a mysterious call, as we told you, between Jagdeep Dhankar and Jairam Ramesh. Remember, he is Congress Rajya Sabha MP. Flurry of meetings with the opposition leaders in the last 2 months, and probably the Bharatiya Janata Party was keeping an eye on it. In fact, open declaration of war against government on the farmer issue, and he was quite vocal when it came to that. He was closely calibrated with the opposition to subvert the government's impeachment plan as far as Justice Verma is concerned. A main point that has come to the fore that led to the resignation is what we are learning. He met opposition leaders privately and openly defied the government's effort, and this is in fact all the claims that have come in the last 24 hours as far as his resignation is concerned. Pre-back, that is Business Advisory Committee meeting protocol by allowing Mallikarjun Kharge to speak first in Rajya Sabha. So this is as far as the entire saga is concerned. And before his surprise resignation, former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar made a visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan. He met with President Draupadi Murmu around 9 o'clock on Monday is what we're learning. He handed over his resignation to her, and half an hour later, he made the resignation letter public on social media. So this is as far as the saga of his resignation is concerned. Let me go across to my colleague Harsha, who's been tracking this story very closely. Harsha, now Jagdeep Dhankar and the Congress party link is emerging. What are your sources telling you about this?
Yes, Akanksha rightly pointed out these are not mere just speculation and several permutation and combination, but it actually has happened in the span of 2 months. If I tell you, just 1 week before monsoon session, former VP Jagdeep Dhankar had met Mallikarjun Kharge, who is the LOP of the Rajya Sabha. Not only this, just a day before monsoon session, there was a meeting, a closed-door meeting between former VP and Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. So he has, yes, met in past 2 months several opposition leaders, and the sources tell us that the statements and the mentioning which was made by former VP in those meetings was something which has fueled the uproar. And also it is being said that it was not just only impeachment notice signatures by the opposition party leaders which he announced without even discussing with the treasury bench and without even informing the government, like the process which happened in Lok Sabha. Simultaneous process was not followed in Rajya Sabha by the former VP. This is not just one incident, but yes, his links with opposition party, and not just Congress but the other opposition party as well. What led to that phone call between Jairam Ramesh and former VP at around 7:30 p.m. in the evening on day 1 of the monsoon session? No one knows exactly what was the chat between the two of them. And also, as soon as the day 1 of the monsoon session winded up, it got adjourned. The second day, without even without even following the protocol. Immediately Mallikarjun Kharge was given the first chance by former VP to speak. So that is against the protocol. So several things were there, several permutation and combination were there, which led to this speculation which is now going round in the political corridor.
Absolutely. Questions are being raised on the frequent calls and the flurry of meetings that many claim happened between Dhankar and the Congress party. Thank you so much, Harsha, for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, today was the day 3 of the Parliament session, and once again, business could not be conducted today as the proceedings descended into complete chaos as the protests erupted over the Election Commission's special revision of electoral rolls in the state of Bihar. Now, within minutes of assembling, both the houses were in turmoil. MPs were storming the well, they were holding placards, they were shouting slogans, and that is what we saw in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha was adjourned just few minutes after it started, and the same was the scene with Rajya Sabha as well, even though the government has said that they will hold discussion on the issue as well. As far as the SIR Bihar survey is concerned, the Congress-led opposition is not ready to back down at all, and mired in this deadlock was the sports governance bill, which was all slated to be tabled in the Parliament today, but no business could be conducted at all. There on the screen, you can see how the opposition parties, in fact, did the protest just outside the Parliament and inside as well. Listen in.
You all are stating that it is the MHA's prerogative and not the ECI. Why so?
See, what we are seeing in Bihar is going to spread across states. That if you are a BJP sympathizer, you will be allowed to vote. And if you have voted against the BJP in the past, your vote would be stolen. This vote bandi, this vote fascism, we are protesting against. And we want the Prime Minister and Home Minister, who have a special role in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners, for them to be present. The government must specify inside the House on which date they will take up SIR, on which date they will take up Pahalgam for discussion.
I fail to understand why this deadlock is prevailing if now government is ready. On the floor of the House, if Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju ji, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh ji, MOS Minister Arjuna Meghwal ji has categorically said that now if any resolutions, either any subject will bring to the notice Honorable Speaker and Business Advisory Committee under rules, it will decide. So now government is ready to respond. Government is ready to reply on any discussions. Now it is only to Speaker. But why they are just playing play cards? They are only disrupting from last 3 days without any issue, without any agenda. So I think that they don't have any agenda. So now they are trying to set only agenda for the Bihar elections.
मेरी समझ में नहीं आता कि ऑपोजिशन चाहता क्या है। आप जब बार बार शिकायत करते हैं, क्या ये बात सही नहीं है कि लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद आप ही लोग गए थे चुनाव आयोग के पास शिकायत करने? महाराष्ट्र चुनाव को अभी तक ये लोग गिनाते रहते हैं कि किस तरीके से वहां पे वोटर लिस्ट के साथ धांधली की गई, ड्यूप्लीकेसी ऑफ द वोट का बार बार ये लोग जिक्र करते हैं। तो जब आपकी ये शिकायत रही है और उस शिकायत को मानते हुए चुनाव आयोग ने इस प्रक्रिया का इस्तेमाल किया है जहां पे एक इंटेंसिव रिव्यू किया जा रहा है, जिसके माध्यम से इस बात को सुनिश्चित किया जाए कि जो वोटर है, जो अधिकृत व्यक्ति है, सिर्फ वही मतदान का इस्तेमाल करे, ना कि कोई घुसपैठिया या कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति आके। और कई बार ये भी देखा गया कि वोटर लिस्ट में धांधली इस तरीके से भी होती है कि जो व्यक्ति मर गया होता है उसके नाम पे वोट चल रहा होता है। तो इन सारी चीजों को रेक्टिफाई करने के लिए ये रिव्यू जरूरी है, और ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पहली बार ये किया जा रहा है, आजादी के बाद 4 बार ये हो चुका है।
And now shifting our focus, trouble is mounting for Air India. In just the last 3 days, 4 flights have been reported. They've reported technical snags and once again raising serious safety questions as well, from a skidding off a runway to a fire in the aircraft. Passengers have faced, in fact, several scares in the last few days. And in that backdrop, what we're learning that in just some time, Air India CEO Campbell Wilson will be, in fact, going to the Civil Aviation Ministry. He's been summoned by the ministry as far as these technical snags are concerned. A crucial meeting will take place in few minutes from now. We're learning that at 7 o'clock this meeting will take place. The government wants answer and accountability from Air India. All right, as in the last 3 days, we have told you 4 incidents have taken place. Let's take you through the incidents one by one. The first incident, in fact, took place as far as the Air India Kochi Mumbai AI 2744 is concerned. There were 136 passengers on board as far as this flight is concerned. It skidded off the runway during landing in rain, and in fact 3 tires burst, engine cowling was damaged, and a lot of people got scared, and very concerning visuals had come to the fore as far as this is concerned. Incident number 2, Delhi Calcutta AI 2403, takeoff aborted at 155 km per hour due to technical snag. Another technical snag that has come to the fore as far as incident 2 is concerned. This was a Calcutta bound flight that stopped on the runway, and this in fact scared a lot of people as well. Incident 3 is this Delhi bound flight, Hong Kong Delhi AI 315, 170 passengers on board, and we're learning that there was in the fire in the auxiliary power unit after landing, and again very concerning visuals that had come to the fore as far as this case is concerned. All the passengers were safely evacuated. And incident number 4, in the last 3 days, this is Calicut Doha Air India Express, and this is the incident that has come in today. We're learning that there were 176 passengers were on board, and these incidents have come in the last 3 days. Now let me go across to Captain Sujit Panis, who joins us live on the broadcast. Captain, tell us, how do you look at these, in fact, harrowing visuals that we've been showing our viewers? 4 incidents in the last 3 days, and this is not normal for any airline to have so many technical snags in just a matter of 3 days. Now, what we're learning is that Air India CEO will go to the Civil Aviation Ministry in some time. He has been summoned as far as these technical snags are concerned. Your first reaction?
Well, ma'am, what we are observing in the last few days, the snags and a lot of delays in the flights and incidents are happening. It's a really matter of great concern. And I'm sure Wilson Campbell, who's a very capable and intelligent person, he has a lot of experience in running the airline. Either he's losing control of his officers. What about maintenance control center, in charge of maintenance control center? Is he sitting in Vatica building, or is he sitting on the tarmac, his officers on the tarmac to monitor day-to-day observation, the engineering? There are 2 departments which are very famous for the point of running safe airline. One is the engineering, the other is the training. These 2 contribute to the safety of an airline. Air India, one of the best airlines in the world. Why is so many snags are coming? Either Mr. Wilson is losing control on his staff, or they are not cooperating with it. He has to find out all these reasons. He should pull up the Saborga. Air India, one of the used to be national carrier, today still has the name of India. People in other countries, they love to fly only by Air India. They don't want to choose other airline. So why we are losing faith of those passengers? It is high time you pull up the sock and take care of the safety and engineering. And I feel the DGCA should take action against them in charge with maintenance control center. What maintenance is controlling sitting in the Vatica building? He has to be on the field to monitor everything what is happening. I have come across many pilots who are also not satisfied with day-to-day working of the engineering snags and all that. It is important, Mr. Wilson, please take charge of all these people. Take them for accountability every day. Like Mr. P.C. Jain used to, our earlier MD used to take a meeting of all the directors in the morning from 10 to 10:30 and take their accountability. This is the time which has come before we face any incident. I have heard an old slogan, if any airline thinks flight safety is expensive, try an accident. What have we learned from Ahmedabad? I think my personal humble submission to Wilson Campbell is to pull up his socks and please start taking accountability from all his staff, especially the in charge of maintenance control center, what maintenance he is holding. And the DG should question him also. Why Wilson Campbell only? Why not to call the chief head of the maintenance control center? What control he has got on the maintenance? Is there any shortage of spare parts, shortage of staff? He must come out with all these things to advise Wilson Campbell to take care of the airline safety here. It is important, high time, before we lose further confidence of the traveling public in Air India. My personal opinion and humble submission to Wilson Campbell is please take care and take accountability of all the staff who are head of the department, training, safety, engineering. These are the 3 important, and the next is the commercial,
Right.
how they look after the passengers. This is a high
Absolutely.
time we
Just
should
like
rise
you,
to the
people of the
occasion and
country
take
also
action.
want answer. They want accountability and responsibility from Air India, not a templated statement or any press statement after these technical snags take place. Thank you so much, Captain, for speaking to Republic TV. Now, from that, we are shifting our focus to a bizarre diplomatic scam that has been busted in Ghaziabad in UP. A man posing as an ambassador of a fictional nation like West Arctica and Saborga was in fact running a fake embassy from a rented house in Ghaziabad. He was using fake diplomatic plates, he was using morphed photo of the top leaders and ran a visa and Hawala racket as well. Here's more.
In the heart of Delhi NCR's Ghaziabad, a bizarre diplomatic scam has come to light. A man posed as an ambassador of nations that barely exist on any map. The accused, operating from a rented house, ran so-called embassies of fictitious countries like West Arctica, Saborga, Poulvia and Lodonia. He declared himself their official envoy, offering diplomatic perks, immunity and even visa services. Multiple vehicles bore fake diplomatic number plates. Photographs were morphed to show him alongside the Prime Minister and the President, used to build false credibility and influence. Police say the operation was a front for bigger crimes. The accused acted as a middleman, promising foreign job placements in exchange for money. He also ran a Hawala racket, using shell companies to launder funds abroad. Investigators say he had links to known controversial figures, Godman Chandraswamy and international arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi. Back in 2011, a case was filed against him for possessing an illegal satellite phone. From fake diplomacy to financial fraud, the Ghaziabad man's web of lies is now unraveling. A full investigation is underway as officials try to trace the extent of his racket and who all were misled by his fake power.
And a political firestorm has erupted over Akhilesh Yadav's visit to mosque near the Parliament of India. Visuals show the Samajwadi Party chief and Dimple Yadav, his wife, were inside that premises of the mosque that is right opposite to the Parliament of India. And the BJP has now launched a sharp attack on the Samajwadi Party, accusing the Samajwadi Party of turning a religious place in a political hub. In fact, BJP Minority Morcha President Jamal Siddiqui claims that mosque was reduced to the unofficial Samajwadi Party office, not just BJP, but what we're learning is that Uttarakhand Waqf chairperson has also attacked the Samajwadi Party, seeking an apology on this matter. Listen in.
जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ बात को, आस्था और कोई भी धार्मिक स्थान कभी नकारात्मकता नहीं ला सकता, नेगेटिविटी नहीं ला सकती। पॉजिटिविटी, सकारात्मक होना, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी को चढ़ाता है। कोई अच्छी बात करोगे आप, जोड़ने की, सम्मान की, व्यवहार की, तो वो चिढ़ते हैं। तो ये नेगेटिविटी है कि हम भाईचारा जोड़ने वाली नेगेटिविटी है। हम लोग जोड़ने की राजनीति करते हैं। लोग साथ आएँ, साथ चलें, एक दूसरे से हम मिलें जुलें, उठे बैठें। भारत की संस्कृति यही है, भारत की पहचान भी यही है। हमारा लोकतंत्र, हमारी धरती एक दूसरे के साथ मिल कर के रही है, इसीलिए मिली जुली संस्कृति सबसे ज़्यादा भारत में दिखाई देती है। ये मिली जुली संस्कृति के खिलाफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग हैं।
देखिए, इसकी जितनी निंदा की जाए कम है। समाजवादियों ने क्या मस्जिद पे कब्जा कर लिया है? दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड उस मस्जिद का मैनेजमेंट देखती है और जो इमाम हैं वो दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड के ज़रिए नियुक्त हैं, लेकिन वो सांसद हो गए। तो सांसद हो गए तो क्या समाजवादियों की मीटिंग होगी मस्जिद के अंदर? कहीं से भी ये स्वीकार नहीं। मस्जिद के अंदर जिस तरह बैठक की है, मस्जिद का भी अपमान किया और मस्जिद को राजनीति का अड्डा बनने नहीं दिया जाएगा। इसके लिए समाजवादियों को माफ़ी मांगनी चाहिए और कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी के एक सांसद धर्मेंद्र यादव जी ने एक एक्स के ऊपर एक पोस्ट की है जिसमें उन्होंने बताया है कि वो एक दूसरे जो रामपुर के सांसद हैं मोहिदुल्लाह नदवी, उनके आवास पर बैठक कर रहे हैं। जब फोटो हम लोगों ने देखा तो हमने देखा ये तो पार्लियामेंट की मस्जिद के अंदर का फोटो है, और पार्लियामेंट की मस्जिद के अंदर जिस तरह से समाजवादी पार्टी के सारे सांसद इकट्ठा होकर बैठे हैं, कार्यकर्ता बैठे हैं, और वहाँ पर एक बैठक चल रही है, वहाँ एक डिस्कशन चल रहा है, तो ये अपने आप में बड़ा शॉकिंग न्यूज़ थी कि क्या अखिलेश यादव ने मस्जिद को अब समाजवादी पार्टी का हेडक्वार्टर बना लिया है क्या मस्जिदों से अब समाजवादी पार्टी राजनीति करने जा रही है क्या उनके तमाम नेता मस्जिदों का इस्तेमाल तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के लिए कर रहे हैं क्या? ये अपने आप में कई ज्वलंत सवाल सामने खड़े हैं, और एज अ मुस्लिम मुझे लगता है कि ये मस्जिद का अपमान है। मस्जिद खुदा का घर है, उस मस्जिद के अंदर क्या सियासी बातें करने की इजाजत है?
In Uttar Pradesh, another conversion racket has been busted. Agra police under Operation Asmita has exposed a religious conversion syndicate operating on the ISIS-style pattern, targeting minor girls for conversion through radicalization. And what we're learning so far is that the network used local recruiters to brainwash the Hindu girls using Islamic preaching, YouTube channels, online session, and girls were lured, radicalized, and then trafficked to different states under the fake identities. In fact, as you can see on the visuals, these are the two men who have been arrested as far as this case is concerned. One of them is Abdul Rahim. And this is all we could pack for you in this bulletin of 6 stories at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with more such stories. Till then, keep watching Republic TV.